Winnie the Pooh. In the 100-acre wood, lived a friendly, lovable bear named Winnie the Pooh. He was always on the lookout for honey, his favorite treat. One morning, Pooh woke up with a rumble in his tummy. "I think I shall go visit my good friend, Christopher Robin," he said to himself. On his way, Pooh stumbled upon his friend Piglet, a small and timid creature. "Good morning, Piglet," said Pooh. "Do you happen to have any honey?" Piglet shook his head. "No, Pooh, but maybe we can find some together." As they wandered through the woods, they met Eeyore, the sad donkey, who was staring at his missing tail. "Lost it again," sighed Eeyore. "Not that it matters." Pooh and Piglet decided to help Eeyore find his tail. They searched high and low, but there was no sign of it. So, they headed off to visit Owl, the wisest creature in the forest. Owl's house was in an old tree, and when Pooh and Piglet arrived, they knocked on the door. "Who is it?" Owl called from inside. "It's Pooh and Piglet," said Piglet. "We need your help finding Eeyore's tail." Owl thought for a moment. "Ah, I believe I have seen such a tail. Let me check my collection." He rummaged through his things and found a long string of thread. "Here, use this." Pooh and Piglet returned to Eeyore, but Eeyore didn't think it was quite the same as his original tail. "Oh well," he sighed, "I suppose it will do for now." Later, Pooh continued his search for honey. Along the way, he came across Rabbit's garden. "Perhaps Rabbit has some honey," thought Pooh. When he knocked on the door, Rabbit opened it with a smile. "Hello, Pooh," said Rabbit. "What brings you here?" "I'm feeling rather hungry," Pooh said, rubbing his tummy. "Do you have any honey?" Rabbit shook his head. "No honey, but would you like some carrots instead?" Pooh wasn't very interested in carrots, but he politely accepted some and continued on his way. Eventually, Pooh found himself at the home of Kanga and her little son Roo. "Hello, Pooh," said Roo excitedly. "Want to come play with me?" "Maybe later," said Pooh. "I'm in search of honey." Kanga, being the caring mother she was, offered Pooh some tea, but still no honey. Just when Pooh was beginning to give up hope, he heard a buzzing sound. "That must be bees," thought Pooh. "And where there are bees, there is honey." Pooh followed the buzzing until he found a tall tree. At the top of the tree was a beehive. "I'll climb this tree and get the honey," Pooh decided. But as he climbed, the branch broke, and down he fell, landing with a soft thud. Pooh sat up and thought for a moment. "What I need is a clever disguise." So, Pooh went to Christopher Robin and borrowed a blue balloon. He floated up toward the hive, pretending to be a small black cloud. But the bees were not fooled. They buzzed angrily, and Pooh had to retreat quickly. Feeling a bit defeated, Pooh headed back to Christopher Robin's house. "No honey today," he sighed. But Christopher Robin greeted him warmly. "That's all right, Pooh," he said. "The most important thing is spending time with friends." One day, Piglet had an idea. "Pooh," said Piglet, "I've heard of a creature called a heffalump. Do you think they really exist?" "I'm not sure," replied Pooh, "but maybe we could catch one." So, Pooh and Piglet set out to dig a pit to trap the mysterious heffalump. They worked together all afternoon, and by evening, the trap was ready. Pooh, feeling very tired, decided to go to bed. But just before falling asleep, his stomach reminded him of something important. He was still hungry for honey. So, Pooh crept out of bed and walked back to the trap, thinking there might be a pot of honey inside. But in the darkness, Pooh didn't realize he had fallen into his own trap. The next morning, Piglet came to check on the trap and was surprised to find Pooh stuck at the bottom. "Help, Piglet!" cried Pooh. "I think I've caught a heffalump, and it's me." With a lot of effort, Piglet helped Pooh out of the hole. "Well, I guess heffalumps aren't real after all," Piglet said with relief. Pooh rubbed his head. "Maybe not, but I still need some honey." Not long after, a new friend came bouncing into the 100-acre wood. His name was Tigger, and he was full of energy. Tigger was always bouncing from place to place, and one of his favorite things was to jump on his friends when they least expected it. Tigger quickly became friends with everyone, though his bouncing sometimes caused a little chaos. One morning, Tigger and Roo went on an adventure to find breakfast. Tigger proudly declared, "Tiggers love to eat everything, especially honey." But when Tigger tried honey, he made a face. "Yuck. Tiggers do not like honey," he declared. After trying several other foods, Tigger finally found something he liked: thistles. "Ah, this is what Tiggers are made for," he said happily. As time passed, Pooh, Piglet, Tigger, and all their friends shared many more adventures together. They learned the value of friendship, kindness, and helping one another. Though Pooh never quite managed to get enough honey, he always had his friends by his side, and that was more than enough for him. After all, Pooh often said, "What's better than a friend who will share honey with you?"